Hey yo, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here as always. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, I'm super excited about today's show because we are talking about the show Delilah, and it's on OWN and it kicks off March 9th at 9 o'clock. And let me tell you what, the show was filmed right here in the Queen City, which is Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's why it makes me super excited, because I'm right here in Charlotte. And so joining me today, I have Maahra Hill and Jill Marie Jones, and they are two of the stars of the show. And we're going to talk about what we can expect this season, what it was like filming here in Charlotte during a pandemic, and I'm going to also find out what their favorite spots are here in Charlotte. So stay tuned because you don't want to miss today's show. Good morning. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was so excited to see that Delilah was filmed right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I'm based. So it was so amazing just to watch and see places that I probably haven't even ventured to, and then I've been here for years. And then I was wondering, well, where is this? Because these houses are nice. But so I wanted to know if you could tell us a little bit about what the show is about.
Well, this is Maahra Hill. I play the character of Delilah. And the show this season really looks pretty intensely at the friendship that she has with her best friend Tamara, Jill Marie Jones, the lovely Jill Marie Jones, who she and I have developed a great friendship, by the way. So that was very helpful during filming. But the show itself looks at that friendship and explores some of the emotional journeys that you go on under, natural circumstances. You have an intense, you don't have such an intense subject matter at hand. So we're looking at someone who's like the David and Goliath story. She's going up against a high-powered law firm while trying to manage the rest of her life, which is, her children, her ex-husband, her friendships, and potentially a budding love life. So she's just doing the best that she can. She's juggling a lot of balls, balancing a lot of parts of her life. But the difference in this particular moment that we'll see in this season is that she doesn't necessarily, well, we'll see how it goes. But, her best friend, could potentially be on an opposing side of an issue and make the journey very intense for her.
Okay.
Tamara Roberts, which is the character that I play, they've known each other since junior high school. Mm-hmm. And of course, they've had some bumps along the road. I mean, because that's life, right? But right. They've never been here before. And I don't know if it's weird to say that I really love this show. And so, of course, I'm going to say it because I'm on it. But honestly, I really do love the show, and I'm excited for people to watch it because, and hopefully they'll get the love from us to them, and they enjoy it, because you have these dynamic women that are doing their thing, and representation is so important to see yourself on screen, and I really do believe we're doing that. And that makes me, as a proud Black woman, very, very proud. So I hope that audiences love it the way that I do.
When I watched the screener, I literally, and this never really happens for me, but I sat in the same spot the entire time, did not move. Because I'm one that has to do 1,000 things at once. I sat there in one spot, riveted by this show. So I know that everybody is going to love it. I know Charlotte, an organization here in Charlotte, did a screening last week, and the reviews were amazing. So we are super proud here in North Carolina. And one other thing I wanted to mention to you both is I appreciate that y'all didn't force a North Carolina accent.
Oh, good.
Yes, because sometimes people will overdo it, and I'm like, we don't sound like that. But when I watched, I was like, you know what? This is still relatable, because to me, you guys sound like me. I don't, not everybody here has that Southern drawl, so I appreciated that.
Yeah, and we did, our producer Charles Randolph spoke to that too. You know, there are some places where, you know, some of it might a little bit more, but there are so many different variations to that accent, and some of them are non-existent. And that, I think that's for people to know too, that it's the modern South.
Exactly. Well, I have to ask what it was like filming during a pandemic in Charlotte. I don't know if you guys have been here before, but what was that like, filming during a pandemic?
For me, this is Jill Marie. For me, you know, it's the first time I've been around people. Because, you know, I haven't seen a friend since March 2020. Let's be very clear. If I haven't seen you on Zoom or on FaceTime, or we hadn't worked together yet, because that was my first time actually working, you know, inside the pandemic. I had some, you know, shaky legs at first. But what's so incredible is OWN, Warner Brothers, you know, they had all this stuff in place that made me feel really safe and comfortable. But it's different, you know. It's like I'm a hugger. My love language is like physical touch. So it's hard. It's hard to be around people and want to give hugs and be close, and you can't, you know.
Right.
It's just the world that we're living in. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but I'm very optimistic that we will get back on the right track here soon, you know, and COVID will be behind us. So,
yes.
You know, high fives to that.
What about you, Maahra?
Well, you know, for me, excuse me, it was, the most challenging part was the not being able to connect with other actors the same way that you normally would on a set, because just as an artist, you need that. You usually really need that connection. Not to say that there's not so much that's communicated. Just, you know, actually most of everything is communicated from the eyes. But you take a person in, you know, and a lot of the rehearsals that we did were with masks on. So it did present a situation where we were in the moment, really in the moment. Once we took those masks off, we had, you know, a certain amount of time to be maskless. And so that it kind of made the schedule a bit intense, where it was a little bit like, okay, masks off, red zone. It got intense. Everybody had extra layers of protection going on when we took our masks off. So it was definitely a different environment in that way. You know, everybody had to keep their distance 6 to 7 feet at all times, and we were in pods, towards the end there. And, you know, it was challenging. But it also made us all kind of put that much more effort towards connecting in ways, and staying that much more present in the moment. And, you know, like, so that we could make sure that we were giving you something real. It might have actually added to it in some way, because we didn't have the luxury of connecting off screen. We had to really make sure that we were doing it, when we had the opportunity and the time, which was, you know.
Right.
Like that, but you might be right, though. It might, you know, in some crazy way, creatively and artistically, it might have added, because, you know, we had to go deeper in, you know, so that I never thought about it like that, but you might be right.
I was just thinking about it right now as I was talking about it. I was like, huh?
So my last question, I know we got probably like 20 seconds. If each of you could tell me your favorite place in Charlotte, just one place that you discovered or were able to go to when you were here.
We might have the same one, but I think is it Lulu's?
Well, as far as the restaurant, as far as the restaurant, well, we didn't get to go there, but we ordered. Yeah, we got crab fries. Oh my gosh, and just the lump crab and soup. But you know, but also, you know, just the experience for me wasn't as full, because the schedule was so intense, so I didn't have a lot of time to actually go and explore. But just driving through Charlotte and just seeing so many of the like hikes and trails and places where you could walk, that to me I was like, oh my God, you could just, it's like so many trails that just you can go in, like walk everywhere. You know, I mean, it was really me just like driving the set and taking it in, being on set, taking that in, you know what I mean? So,
Charlotte is gorgeous, and the people were so kind and lovely. I mean, literally, like, Maahra and I were both talking, like, saying, like, I mean, can I like just settle down here? I mean, like that's a real conversation. I mean, we love it like that.
Yes, come on to Charlotte, y'all. Well, I know we have to wrap up. It's been absolutely a pleasure to chat with you, and I will be tuned in, and everybody else, to Delilah on March 9th on OWN at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me on Check the Rhymes.
Thank you so much.